Good afternoon, everyone.
Hello, Your Honor.
Mr. Garcia, how are you?
I'm well. How about you?
I'm doing really well. Shelley, how are you?
Doing well, thank you.
Your Honor, I'm having to.
Y'all are just not allowed in the same room together. Is this it?
Well, I was going to tell you I'm doing this from home. I'm actually in my closet, which is why I'm using a virtual background, so you don't see all of my wife's clothes behind me. All three of my children have a fever, and we're pretty sure they have coronavirus. So we're beginning our quarantine.
Well, are you Mr. Long? Is that who I have back there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. All right.
This is my brother, Jay Long.
You go by you're Sammy J. Long, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. But you go by Jay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I was probably end up calling you Mr. Long for a while, but we mostly stay formal around here. Okay, let me let's go ahead and get started. First of all, I'm sorry for the loss of your mom. Really, truly am. That's 82 is not long enough. I'm sorry. You needed more time. So please accept my sympathies to you and to your whole family. Okay.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
All right, let me call to order Lubbock County Court. We're sitting in probate matters. We're here to cause number 2020-767473. This is in the matter of the estate of Audrey L. Long, and this is on an application for letters testamentary. Mr. Garcia, is your applicant ready to proceed?
We are present and ready, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Garcia, even though we're doing this by Zoom, this is still a court hearing, and I do need to place you under oath. If you would please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony that you're about to give in the matter before this court is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. All right, Mr. Garcia, you may
Thank you. Your Honor, I would call Shelley Garcia as my first witness.
Okay. Ms. Garcia, you are under oath. So, Mr. Garcia, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Is your name Shelley Garcia?
Yes.
And are you the applicant in this case?
Yes.
And you have filed for probate what you believe to be the last will and testament of your mother, Audrey Long. Is that right?
Yes.
And was your mother predeceased by her husband, Sam?
Yes.
We just did Sam's probate a couple weeks ago. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Okay. And so the will that has been offered for probate, do you have a copy there in front of you?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Will you refer to the second to the last page and tell me if you recognize your mother's signature? That's page number 4.
Of the last will and testament?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I have the original here in front.
Yes, that's her signature.
Okay. And it was signed in front of 2 witnesses. Is that correct?
Yes,
On February 12th, 2004.
that's correct.
And on the next page, you see also that it is, there's a self-proving affidavit attached. It's signed by her, 2 witnesses in front of a notary. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay. And with regard to this will that was dated February 12th, 2004, have you found a more recent will?
No.
Have you had the opportunity to go through her home and her belongings, and did you have that chance?
Yes.
And there was no more recent will, correct?
No.
And you don't believe that this will was revoked, right?
No.
And after she made this will, she did not have any children or adopt any children, correct?
Correct.
And she also did not get divorced after making this will, correct?
That's correct.
All right. At the time of her passing, when was that? Do you recall?
June 28th.
Of this year.
2020. Yeah.
And on June 28th of this year, at the time of her passing, she resided here in Lubbock County, correct?
That's correct.
And Your Honor, I believe that the citation and return is on file with the clerk, and I would just request that the court take judicial notice of the return.
So noted. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Shelley, do you believe that there is a necessity for the administration of this estate? Are there some things that need to be taken care of?
Yeah.
And have you and your brothers, Sammy J, Stuart Jeffrey, and
Stevie Joe.
Stevie
Stevie
Joe. Your Honor, they all go by their middle names, so I was struggling finding their first names. Have you and all three of your brothers entered into a family settlement agreement?
Yes.
And have all four of the children, all four of you, have y'all all agreed that you will serve as the independent executor of this estate?
Yes.
And have you all reached an agreement regarding how this estate is to be divided?
Yes.
Okay. And this will does not leave any part of the estate to any state, agency, charitable organization, or governmental agency, correct?
Correct.
And you are not disqualified from serving as the executor, correct?
Correct.
You've never been convicted of any felony, right?
No.
And you live here in Lubbock County?
Yes.
All right. And are you willing to serve as the independent executor?
Yes.
All right. Do you have in front of you a document titled Proof of Death and Other Facts?
Yes.
You had the opportunity to review that document?
Yes.
And are all the statements contained therein true and correct?
That they are correct.
Okay. If you have not yet done so, will you please sign that in front of a notary?
We just did that.
Okay, very. And Your Honor, I would pass the witness.
I don't have any questions. Do you have questions for Mr. Long?
Just very briefly, Your Honor.
Please proceed.
Mr. Long, did you hear all that testimony that was just given?
Yes, I did.
And do you agree that all that is correct?
100%, yes.
All right. You and your three brothers and your sister have all signed a family settlement agreement, correct?
Correct.
And you all agree on Shelley serving as the independent executor?
Absolutely, yes.
And that is part of the agreement in the family settlement agreement, correct?
Correct.
And that agreement also covers the distribution plan, how the estate is to be distributed, correct?
Yes, it does.
And are you and your brothers asking that the court authorize the issuance of letters to Shelley so that she can serve as the executor?
Yes, we are.
And asking that this will be admitted to probate?
Yes, we are.
And do you agree that this will is your mother's last will and testament?
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, I'll pass the witness.
I don't have any questions. Thank you, Mr. Long.
Your Honor, we would
Mr.
rest.
Garcia, yes, you rest? Okay, thank you. Based on the evidence and the testimony presented today, it is the order of the court that the last will and testament of Audrey L. Long is now hereby admitted to probate. Further, the will names Sam H. Long to serve as independent executor. However, based on testimony and previous court action, Mr. Long has predeceased and therefore unable to serve. The will then further names Sammy J. Long and our applicant Shelley Danette Long Garcia to serve as co-independent executors. However, based on the testimony and based on specifically the testimony of Mr. Sammy J. Long, who has effectively renounced his right to serve as independent executor in favor of Shelley Danette Long Garcia. Shelley Danette Long Garcia is now hereby appointed as independent executor and to serve without bond. And Shelley, I could explain all that to you. you know exactly what all of that means. Without bond means that you don't have to put up your own money, and then independent means that you're independent of the court. So you're not independent of your brothers. Sorry about that part. Not only will you be by the laws of the state of Texas, but certainly by the family agreement that you have signed, you are not independent of them. You will, though, however, need to file an inventory, appraisement, and list of claims of your mother's estate, and that is due on February the 16th. So right after Valentine's Day is when your inventory is due. So continue to work with Ben, and we'll make sure that that gets done in the timely manner, okay?
Okay.
You've already signed the proof of death. There's also an oath for you to sign. Do you have that document as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That oath will also need to be signed in the presence of a notary. That further qualifies you as an executor. And that, of course, that just simply states that you will well and truly perform the duties of independent executor. Mr. Garcia, I do have your order. Everything looks good. I'm going to go ahead and sign the order, get that submitted up to the clerk's office. So as soon as the clerk receives those other two documents, then she will issue you letters testamentary. And with that, you'll be able to do what you need to do with your mother's estate. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. We'll get those uploaded.
Shelley, do you have any questions?
No,
Okay.
thank you.
Mr. Long, Mr. J. Long, do you have any questions?
No, sir, I don't. Thank you.
Well, thank you. And thank you for letting me serve you and your family again today. It is my honor. I'm sorry for the reasons why we're here, but I'm thankful to be able to serve your family. So if
Thank
you
you
ever
very
need
much.
anything, if you have any questions, make sure you let us know. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you,
Mr.
Your Honor.
Garcia, anything further?
No, Your Honor. May we please be excused?
You can. And I know you said you're in your closet, but you're in outer space right now. So enjoy the solitude.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.